Denver area homes appreciated 6.9% during March 2021. This is what we're used to seeing in an entire calendar year. This is bananas. Jason Sirois here. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here today recording the April 2021 Market Trends Report. The report was released 2 days ago from DMAR, the Denver Metro Association of Realtors, and we're going to be covering a handful of stats and metrics so that you can continue to make smart real estate decisions in this wonderful place. Let's get started. So the drive behind this surge in appreciation that we've been seeing is twofold. And if you've watched any of my videos over the last 6 months, you'll know what I'm talking about. Number one is the low interest rate environment. Money's never been cheaper. As a result, buyers have more purchasing power than they ever have before. Number two is this flock to more space as we are working from home and learning from home. This flexibility in our work and social lives sort of becoming more blended at this point is really what is causing people to seek out that extra bedroom that they're going to convert into an office. We saw over 4,800 homes close in the month of March, 3,200 of which in the detached market and 1,600 in the condo, townhome, and multifamily. So this indicates that single family homes, at no surprise, is the primary driver and is grabbing the bulk of our focus as buyers are shopping in this market today. It seems like every month when I make this video, there's a brand new basement in terms of the amount of inventory available to choose from. And that is not any different this month. We had only 1,921 homes available at midnight on March 31st. This sets a brand new low inventory record for the month of March. Now, we have to remember, this doesn't tell the entire story though, because I just mentioned we had 4,800 homes close, yet we ended the month with only 1,900 homes available. So the best way to see the relationship between closed homes and the inventory at month end is actually my favorite graph in the monthly report, which I'm showing you here. The orange line has never been lower, right? So this is the total active homes on the market at month end. To give you some perspective, I've added the dotted red line in the middle of the graph here. And to give you a reference point, that is our 35-year average, which happens to be 14,250. The blue line indicates homes closed. Every little hump you see in the blue line is a full calendar year. So it's nice to see the consistent seasonality. And something that I find completely interesting about this particular graph is that the blue line is fairly consistent, the trend line. We don't have a huge difference from 2008 to 2021 in terms of the number of homes closed when compared to the number of homes available, which you see here in this graph is a huge downward sloping inventory count. Honestly, I can't see if 2021 is another record-setting year in terms of number one, the most number of homes selling in a single month, which happened to be set last year, July 2020, but also will we set a new record for the total number of homes closed in a single calendar year. At this rate, we are 1% above where we were at this point last year. It may happen. All right, and our last metric before a few final thoughts on what's going on is our days in the MLS before a contract is accepted. In the detached market, 4 days. That is so quick. We're talking Thursday you go live, Thursday afternoon, Friday and Saturday you have showings, maybe a few last minute showings on Sunday morning. You are under contract Sunday night or Monday AM. It is that fast. You've got to be on top of your MLS email alerts. In the attached market, it's only 1 extra day. That's it. But it just goes to show you that even though condos aren't quite as competitive with the absurd activity and showings, they're still going quickly and buyers are interested in gobbling those homes up as well. So I wanted to wrap up this video with a couple of thoughts on waiting versus not, whether you are in the buyer's seat or the seller's seat or both. So in support of waiting for this market to cool off, you have 3 supporting arguments. Number one, you have more buyers that you are up against than any other time. Multiple offers, money is cheap with a low mortgage interest rate environment. You're just going to be competing against more people. Number two is that winning offers will have appraisal gap coverage right now. Not all buyers are comfortable or willing to overpay for a home. Appraisal gap coverage means that if a home appraises for lower than the amount that your offer came in or what you made your offer for, you are competing against other people who are willing and able to bring that additional coverage in cash to the closing table on closing day to make up the difference so that the seller gets the full amount that the offer was for. That doesn't mean that you're going to have to use that money, because there's a chance that the appraisal will come in at the value that you made the offer in. This is why it's key to work with a real estate professional who thinks like an appraiser, who can advise you on where that's going to come in within a small range, so that you're not left writing a massive check that you're not able to support. The third reason in support of waiting is that some folks aren't comfortable writing as-is offers. Now, the contract already states in the state of Colorado that you are buying the home in as-is condition, but what I'm talking about is waiving the ability to object to anything that is discovered during the inspection. This does not mean that buyers are waiving the ability to inspect. You can still, of course, do that, and you should. Now, this reserves you, the buyer, the right to terminate in a transaction, but many buyers, like I said, are removing the ability to object and say, hey, seller, we would prefer that you actually fixed X, Y, and Z before closing. You're competing against people who are promising they're not going to ask for those things to be repaired. Now, in support of buying now, there's only one reason. If you don't, you will pay more. And there are 3 reasons why. Number 1, mortgage rates are very low. I've said that 3 times now in this video alone. That means you can get more money for cheaper than you have been able to in the past. Reason number 2, Denver is a great place to live. Those of us who already live here, we understand that. But there are many people who don't live here who also understand that. I predict Denver is going to continue to grow, and people will continue to move here from more dense areas as working from home becomes the new norm. People who already live here expect Denver to continue to grow. That's going to make it more competitive in the future. Reason number 3, the likelihood of homes depreciating and losing value in the near future are slim to none. The fire sale, everything must go housing crisis that we saw from 2006 to 2010, when we had over 27,000 homes available on the market, that is not going to happen. We are not going to see a depreciation in home values, at least in the foreseeable future. That means that the best case scenario for people who are waiting right now is not that the homes will lose value, rather that the appreciation will slow. We saw a 6.9% increase in home appreciation in March. By the way, in 2020, we had 20% appreciation. That means you're paying 20% more for the same home today if we see the same trend we saw from last year. To wrap it all up, we are in an environment that can be beneficial to both buyers and sellers. Sellers, you hold the leverage. Buyers, money is cheaper than it's ever been right now. Get out there and shop. As always, I'm here for you if you have any questions about any specific areas of town. I'd love to chat with you. Be well, stay smart. I'll talk to you next time.